apparently these Vlogmas vlogs now start in the afternoon because we're back at work and I am not a morning person. I just wanted to pop on, say hello, let you know this is what we're doing for most of the day. I have just edited yesterday's video at the beginning of my lunch and realised that we said we'd let you know how the wax melt was, so I just thought I would let you know that I really liked it. It was a very biscuity baking smell, so exactly what you would expect from a shortbread scent. Yeah, and all good. I also want to let you know that, because I didn't really verbalise it in yesterday's video, but they are not sponsored videos. The wax melts aren't sponsored at all. Becca bought it for me because it's a vendor that I like to use. That's it, so I just wanted to put that out there. And also to update you on my kindness advent calendar. So the one for today is to donate a present to charity. So I've been online and had a little look at what I could possibly do for that. And the Salvation Army are accepting presents for children. So just checking because there's a guy delivering a parcel, just making sure that wasn't for us. Yeah, so I've got in touch with the one for Paynton, which is where I live, just to see if they're still accepting donations and when I can drop it off. And then I will do that. So I will keep you up to date on how I get on with that. Good evening. So I just thought I'd make her be in the vlog because she hasn't been in Vlogmas yet.
I was having a nap. I wasn't. Oh,
bless you. Oh dear. Poppy got sneezes. So I have finished work now, obviously.
we all have.
And I went to try and find the cheese advent calendar at Asda. But it's the 5th of December, so they didn't have any, shockingly. Good effort.
Did you try Sainsbury's? You had some.
No, I didn't try Sainsbury's because I tried 2 Asdas and I thought that was enough for one night. And now our mum's coming around for a tea or coffee. She'll have tea. But coffee is the phrase. Yes.
Oh,
and then
she's come around for a cuppa.
We need to try and figure out dinner. Which I'm supposed to be making Chinese pork, but I can't be bothered, so we'll see if that happens or not. Probably not. But I'm going to open my wax melt advent calendar because that is the highlight of my day.
I have a tea one.
I have a tea one?
A tea one.
She might show you what tea she has so far. Oh God.
What is this? Oh.
Oh my God, that smells amazing. Where'd you go? So we got a little star. And it's cinnamon and orange, which no wonder I was like, that's amazing, because I've already gone through a lot of this because it's so good. Yeah, so this is the Chinese pork and rice, which is clearly a bacon cheeseburger, because Becca has swapped with me. She's going to make the Chinese pork. I think it's tomorrow, and I made the burgers because I did not have the motivation to make Chinese pork tonight. And these are some slightly burnt hash brown fries because I thought I turned the oven off and I did not, so oops. So as we're at home just chilling out, I am going to finish putting in some photos in my November highlights, which as you can see is fairly empty at the minute. We have, this is a photo of me and Carl with his nephew and sister, but I don't really know if they want to be in the vlog, so I'm just going to cover their faces for a minute. My kindness advent calendar, a dog face apparently, and then this here was a light thing they did in Torquay, so I'm just going to print a few more out and pop them in there. And then when I finished, I actually decided it would be a good idea to set a photo a day challenge for December because I'm a crazy person. So after each of my weekly spreads, so this is my weekly spread in there, I have a photo a day challenge for each week. So this one obviously has an extra because the first was Sunday of the last week, so it was on my November setup, but I wanted to include the photo. And I've kind of just drawn these tags in, so when I add the photos in, it should look like they have tags. So I'm going to print all of those off now using my little HP sprocket, and I will show you when I am done. Use the back to cover that photo I was trying to cover earlier so I can show you this a bit easier. But I've now finished my November highlights, so I've just added my practical driving pass certificate because I actually passed my driving test last week, which I was really happy about. I also added this picture, which is from Saturday last week where we landed in Edinburgh. You can see the castle up here, and Prince's Gardens all frosty, which was really pretty. And then this photo here is from the same time. I just really like how this came out, and this was totally unplanned. I was trying to take a selfie and Carl photobombed me, but it ended up being really cute, so I'm going to include that one. And I've just included the Edinburgh sign from the airport as well, because our Edinburgh trip started obviously last Saturday, and then I just added this one of Buddy because he's just so cute and curled up, and also this one, which actually technically was taken on the 2nd of December, but it was still part of that Edinburgh trip. And I just wanted one of the 4 of us from that Edinburgh trip. So obviously you have myself and Carl and Steffi and Dave on there. And then I've also added in my photo a day for December. So the first is this cool picture of the dragon, which was from the Castle of Light show. So that's the dragon there projected onto the castle. And then, oh, a reflection going on there. From the second, I have this picture of the sun bear at Edinburgh Zoo. Although we were all sort of more excited, I think, for the pandas because you can only see them at Edinburgh Zoo. The sun bears just were amazing. We had a really fun time with them, and we got some really cool photos, and I just love how this photo came out, so I wanted to include that one from the zoo. And then I have this picture here of Greyfriars Bobby for the 3rd of December, which actually weirdly was part of the Harry Potter tour, but it was more of just an honourable mention from the Harry Potter tour. But again, I really liked how the photo came out, so I put that one in. And then yesterday was mostly just about wax melts, so that's what I've included for yesterday's picture. And then this evening we've mostly just been at home again, so we haven't been up to a lot, but I took this cute picture of Poppy, so I've included that for today. So that's basically going to be the end of today's vlog. The only thing I was going to update you on was my kindness advent calendar. I did actually find that Salvation Army are taking donations for that, so I'm going to pick something up on Saturday when I have some free time to do that, and then I will drop that off to them then. So I have researched it, I have found out what we can do, so I am still working on that, just so you guys know, really. Yeah, that's probably about it for Thursday night. Nothing too exciting going on over here, but we will catch you tomorrow. Night, guys.